Hey everybody, E-Ray Taronic here, master weaver of mystery suspense thrillers, screenplays, and broadcaster of astrology. Here to bring you your daily astrological update for Saturday, the 14th of March, 2026. Mercury is still retrograde until the 20th, so past people are still coming back into our lives in past situations we're still dealing with. So we'll be out of the shadow period about the 26th, and we're clear from there. So let's move along to the astrology. The sun is at 23 degrees of Pisces until about 9:55 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you're watching this on Wednesday, it's already here right now at 23 degrees. Also, tonight, be discerning of your surroundings and situations that are going on around you, okay? Because we got some dangerous aspects with the energies tonight. So just be aware of that, okay? Anyway. This energy pertains to secret, sacrifice, solitude, taxes, among other things. It affects placements in any sign between 20 and 26 degrees, and under these energies, one can be more assertive, brave, and discerning, intellectual, and even strong. Your talents, knowledge, capabilities, and or qualities can be used for good or bad, so be mindful, okay? Especially tonight, people could be using their talents or skills for evil deeds, so just be discerning of your surroundings. Those who have challenging aspects to these energies, you can have to overcome a setback or issue. Where you have favorable aspects, you are indeed overcoming challenges and issues because your fortitude and determination helps you to overcome them with ease and style. Scorpio and Cancer placements, Taurus and Capricorn placements between 20 and 26 degrees. This looks really good for you. Okay, check the astrology in the morning to see how this is going to affect each and every sign. Because if you have squares, you'll have to be a little more determined, and show fortitude, and you'll overcome the issues. Anyway, now by 1:55, this is a 1 hour and 55 minute transit. So basically a 2-hour transit. Starts at 7:21 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is where the moon in Capricorn at 28 degrees will trine Uranus and Taurus. This notes a sudden or unexpected blessing coming in as it pertains to your wealth, your work, your resources, career, or something you master. Where you have placements between 25 and 29 degrees of Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, you're privy to this sudden blessing. Under these energies, one can be loyal, creative, talented, contemplative, poetic, and even artistic. One may find enjoyment or pleasure in the beauty of things. Success can be had in the arts, law, or even medicine. This can see some being a fan of another person, overcoming selfishness, or even setting aside their bossy or tyrannical behavior. Narrow-minded behavior can also be abolished, and some can be suddenly free from some sort of blockage or restriction, maybe even one that was on their career in some way. High social status, recognition, and honors can be had. Do know this can cause a bit of jealousy in the background, so beware of who you share your good news with, okay? Be mindful of that. Now, this is another 1 hour and 55 minute transit I want to talk about. So basically for 2 hours, starting at 9:17 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, the moon in Capricorn at 29 degrees will square Ceres and Aries. Where you have placements between 26 and 29 degrees of Capricorn, Aries, Libra, and Cancer, you're affected by this challenge to your image. This can affect career, relationships, and or partnerships within career or home and family. It requires a nurturing of some sort. This can lead to feelings of inadequacy, separation anxiety, guilt within relationships. And under these energies, one can be kind of independent, a little combative, maybe selfish, superficial, risky, persuasive, seductive, and even unpredictable. So something that you aren't expecting could happen within that 2 hours. One may acquire money through another person or a partnership. Under these energies, someone can be chasing some type of fulfillment or pleasure, and they'll brag about it, even if it's innocent. It could even be a child wanting something from the store to go hang out or something like that, and they're going to brag about it. Those who have to pay or put in the effort will be taking time to contemplate alone about what to do. Some may feel as if the person deciding or contemplating alone is selfish or inconsiderate, but people need to do that, and people need to make their own decisions for themselves. But do know, this is where you might hear, well, if it doesn't work out for you, don't come back crying to me. Okay, so beware of that, depending on if it has to do with relationships. Under these energies, one can have issues with a female, in the whether it's a family member, a lover, or a friend, or others might simply be in an unhappy marriage or partnership. Okay, so just be mindful of that. Moving along to the next transit I want to talk about, which is a 24-hour transit. It starts at 9:55 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is where the sun shifts to 24 degrees of Pisces until Sunday morning around the same time. This there is healing to your image available if you're willing to initiate it, where you have placements between 21 and 27 degrees of Pisces, Aries, Taurus, and or Cancer. Regardless, this sun's energy can pertain to secret, sacrifice, solitude, taxes, things of that nature, but it affects any placements in your chart between 21 and 27 degrees. Under these energies, one can be seen as noble, clear-sighted, fair, strategic, and having moral strength. Success can be had in your chosen path or career, even if it pertains to the military or government jobs. Some sort of diplomacy or negotiation can be required. Regardless of struggles or risk, good outcomes can be had for those with favorable or even opposing aspects. Okay, so if you have aspects in Scorpio, Cancer, Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo, between 21 and 27 degrees, this looks really good for you. Okay, check the astrology to see how this is affecting each and every sign on my Facebook page at author E. Ray Taronic in the morning. Okay. Now, the next transit I want to talk about is a 1 hour and 55-minute transit. It goes for 2 hours. The last transit was 24 hours, so it'll last all the way till Sunday morning around 9:55 a.m. This transit, that's 2 hours, starts at 1:07 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is where the moon in Aquarius at 1 degree will sextile Neptune in Aries. This notes assistance or an opportunity being given or received where you have placements between 0 and 4 degrees of Aquarius, Aries, Gemini, and or Sagittarius, anywhere in your chart. This pertains to a dream, a wish, or a fantasy, and it involves your image, friends, goals, and or social groups. Easy, subtle, harmonious, and empathic communication can be had. Under these energies, one can be brave, a show-off, or just showing something off, generous, thoughtful, brilliant, organized, confident, and even pleasant, okay? Careers in the sciences, the arts, and water sports are favored. Success and recognition can be had, and some can feel as if their talents have been discovered. This is a chance to overcome instability, but it can also indicate a short-lived opportunity, affair, or event. Regardless, a wish is granted, or at least it's offered. Under these energies, one can be independent and take up for, as well as look out for themselves and their interests or opinions. Success can be achieved in occupations. You may have even offered up your services and it's well received, okay? A fall from grace or a slowdown in your luck is overcome under that 2 hours, just so you know. The next transit I want to talk about is another 2 hour transit, 1 hour and 55 minutes. It starts at 4:58 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is where the moon in Aquarius at 3 degrees will sextile Saturn in Aries. So you're overcoming a restriction or responsibility, or if one is placed on you, it's through an opportunity that you're taking on. It affects placements between 0 and 6 degrees of Sagittarius, Aries, Aquarius, and Gemini. This notes assistance or an opportunity being given or received where you have those placements. It involves overcoming restrictions or responsibilities, one's image, friends, goals, and even social groups. Some are taking on a responsibility that benefits their image. This speaks as to emotional maturity, practical decision-making, and a calm, reliable, fair demeanor, honor, and generosity as well. One can be practical, modest, unsophisticated, responsible, patient, dutiful, and capable of managing feelings through structure and a need for stability, okay? So where you know you need to structure something or you need some type of stability, you'll manage your emotions and your feelings to do so. Under these energies, one can be put in a high status, given an honor, or attain a notable position because of their talents or skills. Careers in politics, diplomacy, finance, or the transportation industry are favored. For some, financial success can be had even in real estate. So if you're a real estate agent or you're trying to sell a house or anything like that, you can have some type of financial success. But do know there's a slight chance that people are obtaining money illegally. Yeah. Also, do know that someone here may prefer to stay out of the mainstream, or some, even if their money was taken before, or something was taken from them before, even through real estate or a house or something like that, they could be getting it back. Okay. Now, do know that someone here may prefer to stay out of the mainstream or hang back or allow other people to shine. But this notes a major happening, so someone may be required or asked to step up, okay? Jobs related to security, police, and the military or the law are favored. Do know that, okay? Now, the next transit I want to talk about is a 1 hour and 55-minute transit, and it starts at 6:53 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is where the moon in Aquarius at 4 degrees will couple with Pluto. And a transformation as to friends, social groups, or a goal is on the mind. This affects placements between 1 and 7 degrees of any sign. So where you have placements or challenging aspects, you want to watch out for intense emotions, experiences, or power struggles, or even psychological shifts, even obsessive or all or nothing relationships. You want to be mindful of that, especially if you have placements, I would say in Leo, Scorpio, Taurus, between 1 and 7 degrees. Some have to confront some type of fears or loss or the need for control. And under these energies, one can be self-centered, sensual, foolish, childish, or even flippant. I would say even if you have placements in Virgo or Cancer between 1 and 7 degrees, you want to be mindful of that, because meeting one's needs is a major concern. So they'll be willing to risk other things just because they want to meet their needs. Even if it's not sex, it could be other compulsive needs that you want to meet. Okay. Those who have challenging aspects to these energies can also see some sort of loss due to them not being able to control their sensual needs. So those signs I talked about before, like Aquarius, Leo, Aquarius, Leo, Taurus, Scorpio, Cancer, and Virgo between 1 and 7 degrees. Okay, be mindful of that, because you could see some sort of loss if you don't know how to control yourself. Okay. Where you have favorable aspects like Libra and Gemini or Aries or Sagittarius between 1 and 7 degrees, you can see some type of favor or some type of assistance or opportunity or blessing come your way. Okay. And like I said, artistic careers are favored. Spending time with your children is favored as well. Okay. Check the Astrology in the Morning on my Facebook page at author E. Ray Taronic to see exactly how these energies are affecting each and every sign. Thanks for sticking around for the daily astrological update, guys, and I'll check back with you guys in a couple of days. Have a great weekend. Bye now.